Have you ever woken up one morning and you just feel so refreshed, ready to go? You've set your to-do list, you go through the day, you get so much done. You go to bed that night and you're like, wow, this is an amazing feeling. I'm gonna do the same thing tomorrow. The next morning you wake up and you're tired. I don't really feel so good today. I don't know if I need to do as much. I think I'll just relax in bed for a bit. You end up watching TikToks, watching TV for like 5 hours. It's the end of the night and you're like, I did not have a very great day today. If you've had days like that and you're like, you know what? I don't want to do that anymore, then this video is for you, because I used to do the same thing and I've learned some tricks and tips that you can use so that you don't have days like that anymore. Before we jump into the video, I want to address something which is in the title of the video. That is this idea of motivation. To be honest, I think of motivation as a myth. I think that motivation goes up and down just like cryptocurrency. We have no idea when we're gonna have motivation and when we're not. So this video is gonna give you some tips that you can use to really lock in and stay consistent. If you're anything like me, there have definitely been days where you wake up and you don't feel like doing anything. I don't feel good at the end of those days. I don't feel like I'm reaching my full potential. I've found some ways to combat that and I wanted to share them with you. So let's jump into it. First thing is to find your reason for doing something. So in this video, I'm going to talk mainly about fitness and YouTube and sort of my reasons for doing those things and how I've been able to stay consistent with both of them. But this applies to literally anything in life. It could be school, it could be work, it could be a relationship. In terms of fitness, what is my reason for doing a bodybuilding competition? I made a whole video about it, so I'm not going to go into detail, but basically I've wanted to do this for 5 years. It's been a lifelong dream of mine. I wanted to push myself and see what I was capable of. And so I had this reason. I knew in my mind that like I've wanted to do this for years, and I've had a really strong reason for doing it. Now, once you have your reason, the second thing that you need to do is create a safety net for yourself. So what I mean by that is to create different levels of accountability. So again, for the example of preparing for my bodybuilding competition, I have 4 different levels of accountability. The first one is myself. I keep myself accountable. In an ideal world, we all would be able to keep ourselves accountable 100% of the time. Unfortunately, that is not always the case. Sometimes, you know, we let ourselves down or we make excuses for ourselves so that we don't have to do something challenging. But that is the first one, is myself. I know what my goal is, so I myself will be able to hold myself accountable because I have a strong reason for what I do. But just having myself is not enough. So my second source of accountability is my coach. I have a coach. I check in with him multiple times throughout the week. I send him progress photos every 2 weeks so he can see my body changing and progressing over time and give me tips on what to do. And so he is a huge source of accountability for me in a good sense. And also I'm extremely honest with him. Like if I ever mess up or I have something come up, something that I need to take care of, I tell him everything. I tell him like what's going on so he knows exactly what's happening. I don't try to like hide things from him because ultimately like he's gonna be able to see the physical results on me anyways. My third level of accountability is family and friends around me. So I live with 2 roommates in LA, or if I'm in San Diego visiting my parents and my family, I'm living around other people and they all know what my goals are and why I'm doing them. So if I skipped the gym for a day, everybody around me would know and they would probably be concerned and be like, wait, you missed your workout today, you know, what are you doing? Or if I like just went crazy off my diet and just started eating like a bunch of cake or something, definitely the people around me would be like, wait, what was your goal? Or, you know, what are you working on? And finally, my 4th level of accountability is all of you. I have publicly proclaimed on YouTube and on Instagram to hundreds of people that I am setting this goal for myself and I am going to compete in a bodybuilding competition. Why did I say it like that? Bodybuilding. I don't even know what happened to my mouth right there. I have told hundreds of people that I'm going to compete in a bodybuilding competition and I don't want to let those people down. When I say I'm going to do something, it's very important to me that I honor my word, because when I say things, I want people to actually trust what I'm saying and that I'm going to actually follow through on what I say. So in whatever goal that you have, make sure that you have different levels of accountability other than just yourself, because ultimately, sometimes we fail, sometimes we mess up, that's okay. None of us are perfect, we're all learning. But if you have other people that love and care about you, that can support you through the process of whatever your goal is, that's really gonna help. The third thing to do is to measure and reflect on your progress. So for this, one example that I can use with fitness is I take a lot of progress photos. And if one day I'm feeling kind of down or have, low motivation, as we say, I'm not really feeling like, what's the point? Why should I work out today? I look back at old pictures from 2 or 3 months ago. Or sometimes I'll even pull up pictures from like freshman year of college when I was just an absolute twig. And I'll just look at these different pictures and I'll be like, oh my gosh, like I've come so far, like I don't want to just give up now, like I can see my progress and I can see how much I've improved, and that helps keep me going. Another example of this is with my YouTube channel. I look back on my old videos. Sometimes I'll go like 1 or 2 or even almost 3. Wow, have I been making videos for 3 years? 2.5, I guess. So like 2 or 2.5 years back, I'll go back to one of my older videos, I'll watch it and I'll literally be like, that was absolute garbage. Like, I can make such a better video than that now. And then that makes me feel really good about myself. And I'm like, wow, okay, so I've been improving over the past 2.5 years in my videography skills, in the way that I can talk to the camera. And that motivates me to keep going and being like, okay, well then I can do this and I can try to make this video better than the last one, and slowly over time I'll just keep getting better and better. Finally, this is the most important part, and this is something that I have struggled with and continue to struggle with, but it's super, super important, is that the amount of work that you do in a day does not define your value as a person. That's super, super important. I struggle with it so much because, like I said, on those days where I don't accomplish anything and I just goof off for most of the day, I really don't feel good about myself. And I think that's a natural response to, sort of our own self, like calling us to a higher level and being like, come on, I know you could have done better than that, right? Because we all know inside when we've truly given our all and when we've, haven't. When those days do happen, I have been working on this and been trying to just be kind to myself and be like, okay, you know what? You're not perfect. You fell off the bike today, but tomorrow we're gonna get back on that bike and we're gonna go harder. And that doesn't mean that I'm any less of a person. That is the last thing I just wanted to say is like, yeah, it's really good to work on productivity, have these systems, push yourself to be better, but also remember to love yourself and know that, just being productive isn't the only key to like happiness or love, like loving yourself or things like that. I'm not even making any sense anymore. So that concludes the video. Thank you all so much for watching. Smash thumbs up button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are new, because I post new videos every single week, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.